All right, welcome to 1111 Planetary Healing. I was getting the energy and the words this morning of love alchemy. And so, yeah, if people could mute, that would be awesome. And then during the call, I'll give times for people to share if you want to unmute and share, or if something's coming in the meditation to share with the group. You can also do comments, and I can share that way, but kind of to have some interactive experience for everyone to communicate. So we'll have a group here live. Of course, people will do the video as well. So I'll be doing kind of a centering guided meditation, and I just want to welcome all of you. Thank you so much for sharing this moment with me. I have an essence out in my tree. It's like a womb tree, two huge trees that come together in a womb space. So I'm actually making 1111 essence out there. And I was told to put Angelica flower essence, which I made on 1111 years ago. And so it wanted to link kind of the past 1111. And it was actually 2007, which is also an 11. So it was 11, 11, 11 essence. So we're going to also work with this Angelica energy. And then also some stones, some gemstones. Actually, why don't I pull up that picture right now so you can take a look. These are some of the energies we're going to work with today that came in. Can everyone see that? The fire dragons are coming in, want to work with us. The wind spirit, the Angelica. And then it's interesting, the gems came in. It's like the amethyst for the higher, the heart, rose quartz, a lot of mother, grandmother energy, and also citrine. So why don't we take a moment? You can either look at these images and open to them, and I just want to center and kind of connect everyone together, and then we'll move into the meditation. So centering your energy in your heart and your divine self. Take a couple really deep breaths and move your energy into your heart space. And we're going to connect from here with Divine Mother, Divine Father, Source, God, Goddess, all there is. And then ground into the crystalline grid of the Mother Earth below. Connect and ground into the beautiful spirit of Gaia. Imagine your tree roots or your crystalline roots spreading wide in the earth and also spreading wide in the sky. And just let that energy move up and down, receiving and giving, grounding your energy, anything you don't need, and receiving what you do. We're going to anchor the four directions with the spirit keepers, elementals, dragon guardians of the earth, air, fire, and water, and ask them to watch over, this circle and create clear, pure space the Christ Sophia consciousness. You can welcome your personal guides. I'd also like to honor and acknowledge the indigenous ancestors of the lands that each of us come from. I'm going to give an offering. For me, it's the Cowlitz, Yakima, and Chinook, and you can hold the tribes or speak them where you are to honor those lands all across the country. And I'm going to make an offering to Gaia and all the nature spirits, the sacred spirits of Gaia, the fairies, the elementals, the dragons, the gnomes, the trees, the plants, the crystals and minerals, the animal spirits and the animals, and all the beauty of nature. Beautiful. And so to begin, I invite you to open to the spirit, the angel of Angelica. I'm going to put some of that out. It's on the altar. And for you to invite that spirit, that angel, that deva or fairy of the Angelica of 1111, that energy in, you can imagine it coming in through your crown, coming in through your root, coming in through your heart. And this is an energy to assist us as conduits, to open, to feel safe, to ground. And it's protective as well. And so let that energy move through your system and open you to the angels, to the devas, the fairies, and all the realms. And invite our land councils, all those members of the councils that work with us, work with our lands, work with Gaia. And invite you to connect as we weave the sacred circle of our container, our group. And now we can open ourselves to this portal. It's almost, we have 1 minute, it'll be 11:11. And I wish to just invite you to open to this portal, this energy of the 11:11. And we'll access that beautiful divine energy, that beautiful Gaian energy. If you feel like guided to make sound, we'll probably stay mute for now, but make sound or tones, or bring forward some energy. And also connect with the portals of Gaia. Just open to receive. You can open your palms to the sky if you like to receive this energy, this opening. And open as a conduit of healing for Gaia, for your presence as love alchemy. And I'm seeing this like solar rainbow ray. It's almost like a comet going from us down into the earth, into the center, the central sun, or the core, crystalline core of Mother Earth. Many crystals are rising, emerging out of the earth. There's a celebration of connection as all the energies of inside and below the earth, on the surface and above the divine, they're all coming together as one. They are one place now. The fairies are in the same multi-dimensions as we are. All the beings are as one in one place. And so wherever you're led to go, feel free to follow that calling of your guides. And whatever you're led to offer, just know you are bringing your gifts, whether that's working on the grids or the portals or just holding love space, working with the dragons. Holding that divine feminine energy. So I'm seeing lots of gold like still spewing out from the center of the earth and encompassing, like going higher, encompassing around the planet and folding her with this consciousness. And so our job is to receive that as well and anchor that and hold that, but let it move through. Don't hold on to it, just be it. And if you work with the water, move to the waters. If you work with the air, move in the air. If you work with the fire, move with the fire dragons. If you work with the earth, welcome the gnomes. But the wind spirit wanted to be recognized, and you can feel that energy come in. And part of this wind spirit's energy is to distribute sort of over the planet, in the sky and above and in, to allow that cosmic wind, this sort of wind of change, this wind of energy, of the new frequencies, of this openings, to just distribute, even like fresh air. You can imagine when you breathe, breathing in that cosmic wind and that new energy, breathing out, kind of refreshing your energy, refreshing by leaving the past behind and refreshing this new, bringing in this new light and bringing that for the whole planet, as a planet for Gaia. Beautiful. Keep getting that message, winds of change. So allow this love alchemy. Like I say, if you feel called to tone or move your hands in motions, like whatever healing you feel to offer. But definitely using the breath. I'm seeing the breath too moving kind of like that angelica energy. That plant has a hollow stem. So you can even see that angelica over the whole planet, moving that breath up and down through the hollow stem, like the hollow bone, like the central channel of Gaia, where all this energy is flowing. This new light, this crystalline, solar magic. It's very magical and beautiful and light. I love how an angelica is joining us now. We needed the angel to come. Thank you, Angelica. We're talking about Angelica, the plant. So, and also that Angelica has that umbrella energy, that white, pure, which holds all the colors. And it's also a beautiful remedy for stress. So we'll just bring that plant spirit, that medicine in for yourself and everyone on this planet, and even through the waters. And I can even see the wind carrying the seeds of that plant around the earth. You guys are awesome, so beautiful, such a high energy of bliss and ecstasy. Just let your energy be uplifted into this state. Ooh. And the wind spirit does ask to be listened to. It loves when we listen to its voice. So I invite you to listen to the voice of the wind, to listen to the voice of Angelica, listen to the voice of Gaia. And if there is something coming into, feel free to share in comments or can unmute and share that. We'll also have time in a little bit to do that as well. And now I'd like to invite in, let's see, kind of feeling like the grids actually. So the portals came in early this week. I was working with some light worker friends, and the portals of the eyes, and then the different portals on Gaia. So I wish to invite in the dragons. They oversee the portals, and also the indigenous grandmothers and guardians of these portals all around the earth. And some of them have been congested, some of them have been kind of taken over or distorted. And so I just want to honor these guardians and honor their work and their purpose of caring for these portals. And so if there's any energy we can offer to help any cleansing or clearing of distortions. And this is a good time to welcome the fire dragons. I feel like there's a lot of air, but you might start seeing the fire dragons and other dragons that work with portals. And also for those who do the grid work, the portals connect in with the grids. And so the grids are distributing, they're like sending the energy all over the earth. They're like the channels of communication and travel and movement of all the energies, the crystalline solar energies. And so we can even put in energy to them and it can travel all over the earth. So even working on one portal can do that. But the portals are kind of the locations. And we've been working a lot with a big portal in the Pacific Ocean that seems important to open. So you can work with that one, or if you're called to certain locations. And I just like to hold space and love and offer that to the portal keepers. Beautiful. I'm seeing some of you send like your light codes and energy symbols into these places. I'm also seeing a lot of unicorns showing up. And to know that as you do this work, you're receiving as well. And the dogs. Honor the dogs. All the animals. So bring that love alchemy to any of these portals, and also know that some of them may just need closing at this time. And so just really knowing we're here to support the work of the portal keepers. So it's not so much us going in and doing the changes, but supporting the changes that want to happen. And just allowing these portals to come into the cleansing and alignment that they need, and also to be like a chakra, to be in the perfection of size and dynamic ability to change according to its divine blueprint for that land. Nice. And also the eyes were coming in. I know Lake Tahoe, I don't know if any of you were drawn to there, is considered like an eagle eye, an eye of Gaia. I know there's other places that hold that. So, and that holds a lot of the Lemurian energy in connection to the inner earth, as well as Shasta, the mountains. So we can call in those mountain spirits to work with us as well. The holy mountains and the holy waters. I'm seeing a lot of golden spirals around the planet, a lot of rainbows. Seeing clouds, they're kind of moving, a lot of movement, I think, with that wind spirit, honoring the wind and the necessary storms even. You're welcome to tone with me if you like. I think toning the energy of forgiveness is coming in. And with that, I'm seeing the pine spirit coming right through the earth as well, bringing that medicine for people to release blame and guilt and forgive. Holding that energy for humanity and ourselves. Aligning with earth, heaven and earth as one. And just watching the flow through that gateway. I always picture like 11 on one side, like a selenite crystal or tall crystal, and 11 on the other, and that we're moving through the center of these crystals into this beautiful now moment. Feeling more energy from Gaia too. There's sort of a lot of dragons are awakening right now, a lot of elementals. Just holding that beauty for that awakening. And also if you want to get in touch with any of your own spirit guides that are awakening. There we go. I think we're just working to hold space for kind of thick energy that wants to circulate more and move. Whew. A lot of heart energy coming up, like grief and sorrow and sadness. So we'll just invite these elementals and guides we're working with to assist us. Invite your guides, the sweet fairy energies, the grandmothers, grandfathers, Divine Mother and Divine Father. We pray for the earth. And the emergence of a new earth. Okay, things are really opening now. Ye tonya chonya honchanya honchinya honya chanya honchanya honya tianyo atanya honchinya honya chan etianyo yachanyo honchinya. So the ancient ones, the grandmothers speaking. I'm starting to see some like laughter and giggles and more joy coming through. Just let that move through, be the Angelica conduit. You might notice some guides coming around you too, inviting your inner child to engage. Bringing that playfulness and joy into the space, like helps kind of move out some of that thicker, older, those old structures, those old paradigms, that old resistance, fear. You can feel people all over the earth doing this work together. You guys are awesome. Such a beautiful weaving. With She and Pan and Merlin. White buffalo, calf woman, Isis, Hathors, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, Yeshua. And just allow that Christed Sophia, which is like, to me, it's like Yeshua and Mary Magdalene in sacred marriage. It's like an honoring of the different polarities, the different genders, but coming together as one. You can see Mother Earth kind of shaking things off a bit and really receiving this, what we're offering her. So just know that each one of you is really important for helping this shift in your own way, in your role. And also there's been some new grids coming in. So grid workers, you're welcome to tune in and work with those a little more. Some of them I'm kind of seeing like starting to shoot light, like crystalline light and solar light in like higher octaves around the planet. I tend to see a lot of equator activity for that, and the arc dragons and the dragons swimming and dancing around the earth. And of course, whatever you're seeing and working with, it's perfect. So there's a lot of blending of polarities going on. Just kind of doing it through my hands. And so we can do that in our own bodies as well, so that we can bring that marriage, that inner marriage, of our DNA, of our kundalini, of our own masculine and feminine, yin yang. Nice. And really integrating all the opposites. Kind of doing this as part of the Mother Earth conduit. And then really grounding, embodying, seeing the spirals in the bottom of your feet to help you ground in as well. Feeling the wind spirit, kind of doing some breathing with my mouth. So focusing on the breath. Now I'm seeing this like massive portal in the earth. It's like rainbows and gold and swirling and just really beautiful. So connecting those healthy grids or the healthy portals, giving energy to the guardians. I feel like there might be something else coming through someone else. So if there's someone else getting anything, feel free to unmute and share or comments. anchoring a lot of dimensions of the Divine Mother in all her dimensions, Cosmic Mother, Cosmic Womb of Creation. Okay, starting to move again. Okay, it's starting to come in. Grounding now. Good job, everyone. It feels like these portals are opening places for more of the energy to channel into Mother Earth as well, to light her up from above in, as well as from within going up. Yeah, and whatever else you're called to contribute, feel free to do that. And also this is an opportunity to really receive the initiation. I mean, this is an initiation for all of us, spiritually. And so receiving whatever it is you need at this time for your awakening, for your next step, for your journey, for your family, kin. And also the deep gratitude from Mother Earth, her spirit, honoring each one of us, being there for her. You can see a lot of happy elementals, gnomes and fairies and unicorns and spirits that you work with. The land councils and lands that you care for. So we'll just kind of ground it into those altars, to our lands, to lands we love, to those places. Let it really embody through your body and through the body of the earth, the physicality of the earth. I think I'm going to drum for a moment as we let that ground in. Focus on the heartbeat of the one heartbeat. And there's a message to tune in to the fire that lives within you, the fire of your own passion, the fire of your own kundalini, the fire of your fire dragon, or you might have a guardian dragon protecting your womb or your hara. So honoring that space of fire, that passion. And if that does need to be ignited more in your life, in how you share, in how you act on your passions, on the work that you do, just allowing that wind spirit to blow on those flames and help them grow. And alternatively, if you have an abundance of fire, if that needs to be balanced, just ask for the balancing. And maybe sometimes it needs to be a bonfire, and sometimes it can be a small, steady flame. But to also know that there has been a fire burning since the beginning of time by the grandmothers, by the ancient ones, by the mothers and the women. And I was told it is like a sacred fire for the women, and it has never gone out through all that we've gone through. And so just know you have access to that sacred fire, and can, even when you need more fire, gather that energy. It's like very palatable, kind of in the smoke and in the energy of it. Looks kind of colorful to me sometimes, that you can gather that energy and bring it in. And that will help you, especially us women, for our bodies, for all the persecution and all the patriarchy and all the ways that we've lost our fire, we've lost our power in the past. So this can help restore and rebuild and bring back, nice, bring back that energy. Ooh, that feels really good. Give ourselves some energy and care and love and delight. Yay, it's 11:44. That seems very auspicious. So I know we're kind of sinking back into this multidimensional reality. And so we can start returning. And I'd like to just open this, and I love having sharing and anything that comes forward of your experience or whatever. And then we'll also do closing before we end our call. And if there's anything else that's like a message for us, I think a lot of you are, you're all medicine women and men, and bring forward such gifts. So I'm really grateful to have you all here. And wow, I could really feel immense power and mastery in every single one of you here. So thank you. Yay. Anything want to come through?
I can share a little something.
Yeah, great.
I mean, there was so much in that meditation, but I guess the piece that I really want to share is that I felt the vibrations and the beauty of the whale song through the portals. Um, and and as the whale song traveled through the portals and the grid lines, um, that there was a dolphin on either, and these were all white dolphins on either side of the sound, the song, accompanying it through the grids, um, creating more joy and healing with this whale song. Um, and as it moved through the grid lines, um, crystals and flowers appeared in the path. So they just like merged, they just appeared and created more of all that joy and color and beauty in the planet. And what I heard also is that you can ask for that same thing to happen through the pathways of your own body.
Beautiful. Thank you, Elisa. Yeah, of course, the whales and the dolphins. Anyone else? Okay. That's
Oh,
yeah.
Camilla, that was so beautiful. Thank you. for that meditation. Um, it took me, I experienced an arc of emotions through it and connection. And the part that I wanted to share was the sparkly part of this, where you talked about the sparkly golden spirals outside in the stars, and that the spirals at our feet. And I have to tell you, at one moment, it was deafening for me because the fairies were out in chorus. They heard your voice through the window. I know it, in joy. And so I thought, thank you for giving us this, because I really feel earth connection. And it's truly right now in this cold, and it's wet, and the fruiting bodies of the forest floor, of the mushrooms and life that's just exploding right now as well. It's here. So thank you for that, and the reminder of this eternal fire.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Colleen?
Well, I just wanted to note that Bigfoot came through and was so happy to be having Mother Earth connected to with this love in this way. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Evie? Or Evie?
Unmoved. Yeah. I feel to share that when you brought in the Angelica, I saw it like I have a on my iPad to play with my granddaughter, and it's Joy Doodle, and so it's all these different ways to make art. And there's one that's very much like the shape of the Angelica, and but they came in like that, like, but inside it felt like was us, all of us as in the womb. So a healing for that ancestral part that we carry, and also healing for our own,
For our what? Our
for
own?
our own wombs, for our
Yeah.
own,
Yeah.
when we carry the babes. Yeah. It felt really good. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for bringing that forward, because I was definitely feeling, might not have said all the words, but that sense of like rebirth, like our own, as well as the earth, as well as, yeah, for the whole of creation. Everything's really, it's like the light. I shared this text today. It's like the light is completely turned on now. It's like full blast. It's on. And I know a lot of us have done work for a long time, and the light's been increasing, but and I don't know, maybe it will double up too in the future, but it really feels like this is a very auspicious time right now for massive birth, rebirth, awakening, light. Sylvia.
I especially appreciated the call to connect with my fire, and for women, for us to connect with our fire, because I think it is one of the things I see everywhere that we don't honor our fire. And I like to light, actually, there isn't a lot of fire anyway in the world, except for fire gone crazy. Very few people know how to work with fire or light actual fires. And so I always like to have candles. I'm so glad that we brought that in. And but I had never really thought about. I mean, I think about my own fire in terms of how cold I am, and I don't have a lot of fire in my system. But the idea of creative fire and that piece of women that's been really repressed. We have a lot of water. We have all those watery feelings that are sort of accepted culturally, but the fire that we have, I just was very happy. My fire was very happy to be called out, and here she is.
Yeah. That came in the grandmother lodge recently about that sacred fire that's been burning forever. And it's like, whoa. And so I think it's just, they wanted to come in and share that with more people, because it's, yeah, it felt so good, like palatable too for me to bring it in my body. And because fire has been one of the more shy elements in my life, so always like learning to build that. Yeah.
And I want to say too, I know we talk about light, and I wish there were some other word also, because light is often opposed to darkness. And I think the darkness has been, is a, as a moon person, as a new
Yeah.
moon person, darkness is really not very well respected. So I wish there were a way, because without the darkness, the fire and the light don't mean anything. And darkness isn't bad, but it's got a bad rap. So
Yeah.
if anybody has suggestions for how to honor the dark while understanding that, light is maybe love. I don't know, just in that questioning place about it.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because that's been coming into like see your womb or hara as like the velvety black void, connecting with that blackness, that darkness as a space of creation, like going in. And I think that's been coming in lately, like just what you're saying, that need to not judge any of it, like not judge the darkness or the black or the words we use, but yeah. And so even to practice feeling your womb as, or hara as that, yeah, that void space or the cosmic void of creation being that darkness, the blackness, like all creation comes from being in dark. So even that awareness might be helpful. Grandmother Ellie? Oops, you
Hi,
gotta unmute. There you go.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it slowly but surely. Uh, I think that well, whoever just spoke had a really valid, um, not just a point, but a way to rephrase in our minds and our conscious thoughts about light and dark being equally as important, and maybe replacing it with the word love is what, the heart space can embody all of it. And that's what I had to share about that.
Yeah, thank you. Love alchemy. Marjorie?
Yeah, I from the beginning was drawn into the underworld of the earth. And there's this huge community there. And it's dark and then it's not. And then there's this hearth and the flame and the crystals. But that's what helps me is to feel like there's such a warmth of the inner earth beings in that dark place. And it's a combination of grandmothers and other I don't know, maybe the
Yeah.
sheep. I don't know who they are, but it's very loving and it makes me feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
Enter there and then go elsewhere.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. Sasha, did you want to share something?
Yeah, thank you. It was really lovely. The dragons were like that I saw were smaller than some I've seen before, but they were pink and orange and these like that was the kind of fire energy. It was very beautiful, beautiful colors, almost like sherbet colors. But the other thing that was coming up was just a lot of channeling of energy from source that Earth can use however she wants. And it felt like I really loved that mention of the protectors of the portals. I felt like I was working with just sending a lot of energy and love and light to them, and it felt like they really were happy to have it. Like they could really use it. And the other thing was all the things that have happened in time past to protect, open, guard, take care of, honor the portals, like the stones, like a lot of the different stones, um, I'm thinking, of course, of the British Isles, but it felt like almost sending love and energy to those beautiful, beautiful big rocks that got placed in certain places was part of, sending energy to the portals for me. Yeah, thank you.
Nice. Yeah, thanks. And I guess I didn't mention the human keepers, but they're so important for the portals, right? I guess that was implied, but anyone else?
Um, Hi, I'm Lisa. This is my first time to join you guys,
Oh,
and
nice.
really
Welcome.
delighted to be here on this most auspicious moment. And yeah, so I really enjoyed the working with the dragons. I live on the White Salmon River, and so there's a green belt down here that we walk all the time. And I was just it's funny because I was talking to Danielle on the phone, and I was walking this from her direction towards mine, and I just saw this portal on the hill, and I've walked that trail so many times before. So it's like over that way, I don't know how much distance, but a ways away. And in this meditation today, I could see that the dragons were part of that portal, but there's more. So I'm kind of new to working in the way that you're working, and it feels great. It feels like an awesome thing. I'm excited to explore, and
Yeah.
just haven't worked with it quite this way before. So I'm from Austin, and then I spent a lot of years in Boulder. So I think I've always in my heart wanted to be in this energy, this lushness and these tall trees. And I think that's who I really am. And I finally got here. It took me like all my life to get here. So super excited to work with all of this.
Yeah, it's awesome. And just to share, I do have a patron community that we do this work regularly. So if that's something you're interested in, we do have some people on here who are part of that. And we have a really nice community to continue this work. Anyone else? Ash?
Hi. Thank you so much. That was a beautiful, beautiful meditation.
Thank you.
I started out just doing a lot of grid work, and the dogs barking kind of jolted me and pulled me back here, but I could still feel myself in astral space, and I started toning, and I really appreciated you bringing that in to the meditation. Started toning, and I started flying through like a toroid, and ended up in Thebes, and in a pyramid, a temple in a pyramid, and ended up meeting a dragon I've worked with before. I was sort of what I used to call my fire tiger dragon. He would teach me like astral travel as a kid, and I hadn't seen him in traveled with him in a few years, so it was pretty amazing. And he took me flying around, and first just kind of soaring over, and it was like we were sort of linking the temple work that was being done all around the world in like ethereal space, and then it was like I was actually here in physical going around the globe, and we were able to see like these sort of torrents of light sort of coming up in all these different places around the world. And so we were able to, I had like the indigenous folks sort of showing me the different names of all these different places. And so it was like, it's some really interesting, places around the world. Some of the temples in Colombia and Vietnam. And then I saw a lot of portal keepers in the Black Forest and Siberia. And then some of these interesting places that I don't think about as much. And there was some folks gathering in Motinga and Tulum, and it was like this whole list that I was kind of keeping track of that I want to write down
Yeah.
and make a map. But it was just amazing to keep seeing like these sort of as if like they had kind of completed like the pyramid within that space, and it was like they're so used to grounding in that temple, but it was like it had the reverse. So it was like the sort of an upside down pyramid, forming like just this cone of light all the way up, connecting again to the upper worlds. And it's like I had started my journey going down into the lower and into like inner earth. And once like the dogs pulled me out, is like I went the other way. And so I felt like it was just really expansive. I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to come back down enough to actually be able to share. But yeah, I really look forward, to just drawing this map, and
Yeah.
it felt really important to name some of the names. It was like Thebes was felt like it was holding like the anchor for this whole day. It was really interesting. And it's like it wanted me to feel that like that this work, like we can enter the planetary grid work through Thebes for those who work with the grid and work with portals. That's kind of like this core intermingling for the beings that do grid work and portal work. And there's like a special temple there for that work. And it was just really amazing to sort of enter and exit through that place. So thank you.
Wow. Thank you for bringing that through. That's amazing. Definitely have to explore that. Open to that. And yeah, look forward to the map too. And I love that vision too of seeing the light coming up and out. Sometimes we do a lot bringing it down through, but more and more I've been getting like, oh yeah, like it's the surface that is going through the love alchemy, but it comes from down below up and from above down. It's not just spirit and heaven coming down. So, and that's, I think, part of the feminine, the opening of that, right? The receiving of the earth. So, wow. Yeah, I'm going to close up the circle, and I'll send out the replay. You can share with anyone that you want the video in the Eventbrite thing. And also, I just sent out a newsletter about a new catalog. I was told to release it today with all my essences. So if you want to look at that, it's on my website too. So feel free. And the one I'm making, I'll share as well when that's ready, the 1111 magic. All right, so I wish to thank everyone for joining me and coming into this beautiful 1111. I feel like a temple celebration. We're in the temple together. The temple of Thebes. And thank all of our guides, all of our land council members, all the spirits from above and below in every direction. We thank the wind spirit, the fire dragons, Angelica. We thank all the many beings that we wove this with, and know that we can continue this magical work on behalf of Gaia and on behalf of ourselves and all of humanity and all of creation. So thank you. I'd like to release our circle at this time, but continue the healing. So release that, and also release the container and phoenix it. Release it to spirit. Thank you. And we're complete.